welcome to another money morning routine. Okay, so right now I am just getting updated with my spending. I didn't have any cash spending, but I did have one transaction come out in my checking account, and that was my home security here for $61.67. That obviously dropped my balance. And so now I am just getting updated with my highlighting. Like I said over here, no cash spending. Let me move these out of the way. Now I'm just going to go ahead and get updated with my highlighting on this side for my cash. Okay, so now all of my checking account and cash expense trackers are fully updated, fully highlighted. Let's go over here to my budget and write in this bill. So $61.67 came out for home security. So $61.67. All right, I'm still waiting on a Vista to come out. I'm actually kind of want to check that just because it was supposed to come out on the 16th and it's way past that and I'm not seeing it. So that's something that I want to check out. That's why it's so awesome to be able to just quickly look at these blank boxes and just be fully aware of what's happening with your fixed expenses. Now, let's talk about what you should be doing as far as if you are working with the Budget by Paycheck Workbook. Remember that this is not just a workbook. Okay, this is a full system. All of the worksheets included in the workbook walk you through a method that have very strategic steps that I have put into place that I feel would help you be the most successful. It's what helped me pay off $77,000 worth of debt. It's what helped me save to buy my house in cash. This is the exact system that I used the last 12 plus years. So the next step that you should be working on right away and getting that done, I like to do this about halfway through the month for the next month. So for example, we're in the middle of February, I'm working into March. So you should be getting your March calendar, budget calendar complete. This is where you're going to be writing down not just your bills, but your events, your appointments, your holidays. Now, one of the questions I always get is, Nico, it's really easy for you to fill out the budget calendar because you only get paid once a month. Well, actually, I developed the budget calendar because I used to get paid twice a month. I used to get paid on the 5th and the 20th of every month. And because of that, I actually started the budget calendar to help me identify what bills I wanted to pay with each one of my paychecks. I was able to highlight, okay, on the 5th, for instance, I would get paid, I'd highlight that in green. And then I would determine, okay, what bills do I need to pay until my next paycheck? And I would highlight those in green. And I do the same with my paycheck on the 20th. So the bill calendar, or the budget calendar was actually created because I was getting paid multiple times in a month, and it helped me lay out a plan on how I was going to spend my paycheck, right? Because the truth is, like, when you get your paycheck, that's when you are doing your budgeting, at least for me. So instead of trying to fit myself in this monthly box, I started budgeting every single time I got paid, hence the budget calendar. So right now you may see, like, I'm only getting paid on the 1st now because I work for myself. I'm getting one paycheck on the month on the 1st. All of my bills are highlighted in yellow, right, with this paycheck. But back in the day, I used to have 2 different colors going on for my bills depending on what paycheck I was using. So just keep that in mind. So that is the budget calendar is something you need to start, and I would get working on that today. That way you can then go to the next step, which is filling out your paycheck budget tracker. Now this, remember, we're budget by paycheck. We are budgeting by each paycheck. Now, if you get paid every week, then you can combine paychecks and do maybe 2 dedicated budget days in the month. That's fine too if you're not wanting to do 4 different budgets. But so I already have my March budget done. I also have my March envelope breakdown, cash envelope breakdown done because I finished this step. Now, the reason we do the budget calendar is to remind us that a budget is not just for bills. It's there as a money tool so we can use our money for what's realistically happening in our life and in the future, right? So for instance, just as an example, we have St. Patrick's Day. Maybe, you know you're going to be going out with some friends, going getting some green beers. It needs to be on your calendar, because if that's the plan, you're going to be spending money, right? Then why is it in your budget, right? Maybe like in March, I have a half marathon race that I'm running. Maybe I know I'm going to go out to eat after that. I'm spending money. Then it should be in my budget, right? My food budget maybe might need to be a little bit tweaked because of that. Do you see how the budget calendar really is kind of our roadmap to what's realistically happening in our lives, and we're ensuring that it gets put down in our budgets? This is going to help you if you're the type of person you're asking yourself, or saying to yourself, there's so many things that just pop up that derail my budget, or it wasn't in my budget, or if you're the type of person that's constantly, it's messed up my budget, or it wasn't in my budget, or I didn't know that was happening, I forgot to put that in my budget. If you start with a budget calendar, I guarantee you that you are going to be saying that a lot less, or if ever. Because if you're doing this, if you are spending money on something, I don't care what it is, a concert, an event, an appointment, a holiday, travel, if it's on your calendar, then it needs to be put on your budget. You can plan for it. And here's why we do it in advance, because if you do your calendar in advance, you can see, look, I even have April going and prepped. I'm even starting in May. I have it prepped and ready to go. That's because you can give yourself more time to be able to tweak or get your budget where it needs to be to accurately take care of what's happening in your life realistically. So you're not forced to reaction spend. You're there to spend intentionally, right? The whole point of my system is, one, so you don't depend on debt, but it's also to move you from being a reactionary spender to an intentional spender. Once we can get you there, then we can find some stability and a little more peace of mind with the system that we have for our money. And that is our money morning routine.